everyone. Okay, so we're in San Myshuno today, and we are doing MJ's apartment. I just want to apologise for the quality of the audio from the last video that I did. I accidentally didn't click the correct audio input thing, so the mic was from the webcam, so that's why it was really bad. But yeah, so today we're doing MJ's apartment, and this is also from a concept art. If you want to see the concept art already, head over to our Instagram. I'm pretty sure you know what it is by now, but it's LA Games, but there's O's in the middle. And so yeah, they'll all be there. And so I've had issues with this apartment, finding the right apartment, because I was like, oh, this would be nice, and then I found out that the apartment that I was gonna go to was like 2 stories, and I'm like, MJ does not have a 2-story apartment. She's well off in that sense, but like she's not, she can't have a 2-story apartment in New York. That's ridiculous. She'll just have like a 1-bedroom apartment, I think. And judging by my laptop's going crazy, it's distracting me. And judging by the concept art used from Spider-Man, the PS4 game, then yeah, I'm guessing she doesn't. And so that's actually what I'm trying to do here, because in the game she has like a little window thing to talk through to from the kitchen to the living room. I don't know what that click was. So yeah, I was just building this bit, and then and then I realised that it was too massive of a room, like the walls were just too big. So I'm like, no, I'm gonna move somewhere else. And then literally everywhere I picked was just too big, and it didn't quite fit in with what I wanted it to be, where I wanted everything to go. And so I was like, oh, this one would do, but then I can't take off the little things, and I'm like, no, like that's not gonna work. So I was like, I was checking out places that I've already checked out as well, and then I was like, oh, this one, and when I logged into it and loaded it, I was like, I've already done this one. And I was like, oh well, this'll do. And so I just ended up right back where I started, but oh well. So yeah, before we start the build, I just wanted to show you this amazing thing that I found. So I was going through the tag for Spider-Man, because I've obviously been doing Spider-Man and I wanted to see what else is out there, and I found these amazing Tom Holland creator sims. How cool are they? They look so like him. So I just wanted to show you because I thought they were really cool. And I can't remember who they were from. I'm just going to quickly check. Who Rambuso? I don't know. Let's hope it's not screwed up. So yeah, I started with the kitchen because I'm like, that's what the concrete evidence I've got, in a sense. Like, do you get what I mean? That's what I have so far. So I'm like, right, if I start with that, then the rest of it can kind of fall into place. So I'm like, that's the kitchen, that's the front room, that's fine. And then let's do the bedroom over here on this side, because you can't see it in the picture. And then yeah, it's just a shame that like you can't just scale up windows and things like that, because there's some nice windows, and I just want it a bit bigger, or I just want it a bit smaller, and it's just like, oh. But I still don't understand the point in the large. Like, the windows look fantastic, and that's why I thought there was the right size, because they look misleading in the sense where I hadn't noticed that they were massive. I thought they were just like the normal size windows. And it's when I started putting the fridge in that I realised that it's just such a massive room. I'm just choosing the countertop colour because I wanted to the silver like aspects of it, like the fridges and so I was just trying to find what kind of colour fit that, and I wanted that to be that countertop, so just but there was the light in the way and so I had to keep moving them. It was a bit of a fiddly thing, this room, because the doorway had to be there, but it was like everything was in the way. Yawning. Every time, I've just woken up to do, well no, I've been doing this, I've woken up for an hour now. Every time I start recording, I'm yawning. But I do like the way this turned out. If you just noticed there, I had a bit of like not a padding necessarily, but like a bit of a this fridge doesn't go anywhere, because it's just like in the middle of two countertops, so it doesn't quite fit into either of them. It is a shame as well that you can't add the microwave on top of the fridge, because I would definitely do that. Like if I was in like a New York apartment or something and there was a lack of space, I would put the countertop, the microwave on top of the fridge, because you're not going to be making food up there, but you're going to be making food next to the stove. Do you get what I mean? So it's just like there's no place to put things on top of the fridge. That didn't make sense of what I was trying to say. I think you should be able to put the microwave on top of the fridge, that's what I mean. But yeah, I wanted to do like a little breakfast bar, and I was going to do the colours differently, but then I was like, the three completely different colours is a bit weird, just like change one of them, and I thought that looked a lot better. I don't know what I'm doing at the minute. I tend to do this thing where like I just collect, like if I'm going through like I'm doing the kitchen at the minute, and I'm just, if I go through and see things that I like for other rooms, I'll just leave them out because I know for a fact I'll forget them later on. Like it's for sure a real thing that I just forget them. And so what was I just doing then? I can't remember what I was just doing a second ago. there was gonna be something I said, but I can't think of what I was. Oh well, it probably wasn't that important. How did I forget so quickly? As soon as I was about to speak, like to say it, I was like, what? So I added in loads of pipes as well, just to kind of like fill up the space a little bit, because there was just no. I didn't know what to fill that big massive walls with, so I just like put in like some pipes and put in some, you know, I will put like some wall art in later, but for this room I'm just like, pipes, that'll do. That's a thing. And then I'm just gonna, yeah, there we go, change it again so that you can actually get to the bedroom, and it's kind of all like the same sort of shape. And now I'm just gonna fight with the countertop. I thought I was gonna do like a little study area yet, but no. I have no clue. This was a while ago, so I did wanna. The reason I was looking through that window is because the concept art was with a white wallpaper, but I didn't want white wallpapers all the way through the apartment, so I put that one as the white and then the rest of them as so it was like a white accent wall, but it was like a negative accent wall in a sense, where everything else was like the you know, aesthetic brick, and then that one was the plain wall. It really frustrates me how you can't like click it through the wall, because I understand why, because you're in a different room, but like sometimes you gotta have the doorway open, you gotta have the walls on to be able to see like what it looks like from that room. But yeah, so what I'm doing here, I just try to put cover the wall, the window, the door, there we go, with a little bead thing, there we go. But obviously you can't cover the door with it, so I wanted to do like a little walkway, sort of like little area where we put shoes and where the electrical boxes go for the apartment, or something, you know, something like that, like the fire extinguisher and the sprinkler alarm for the apartment and stuff, and like a coat rack, just because I think that she would appreciate like the privacy of having that curtain there. I did want a curtain, and then I was like, well, I'll just build like a little entryway thing, that'll be fine. And I think it definitely like brings it into its own, because the door just doesn't fit in with the modern look of the rest of the apartment with the windows. It's kind of like an older door, and it's just a modern apartment, and it's like, it doesn't make sense. Like, but yeah, so I just put the thing in there as well, so it just like looks a little bit better. But then obviously I wanted to make sure that there's like a use of the little space there, because, you know, every little bit of space counts sometimes. Sometimes they're ridiculously big apartments, so it's just that I have no clue what you want me to do with this. Like this one, there was still, the bedroom like is still kind of bare. Like the rest of the house is a bit cluttered, but the bedroom is a bit barer, is a bit on the bare side, because I mean there's stuff in it, like there's the bed, and there's going to be a vanity table and a guitar and all things like that. But because of how big it is, and then there's not a need for a wardrobe because there's a walk-in wardrobe there, which is what the yellow room is. There's like, it's too big. And so it's not as, I'm kind of happy with how it turned out, because I do think it's very much like simplistic and it's nice space, but I don't think it kind of fits in with what she's like, because the concept art was clutter as well, like the clutter as well as what Peter Parker's concept art was. They were both very messy people, which is why I think they kind of like they suit each other very well. One of the reasons why, anyway. And I don't know why okay, I was like, I don't know why I did that, but I guess I was trying to change the layout, and so I was like, right, I want these pieces, I'll just move them out and then like put them back in later. But the layout ended up being super stupid, so I was just like, no. The thing with these like little steps with the drawers is that you can't put anything on the other two steps. You can put things on the first step, on the like the lowest rung, but you can't put anything on top of that, like the next up. And it's just like, what is the point in having them as stairs if you can't put things on them? But yeah, so I just ended up using the move objects on sheet and just like lifting it up a bit. I think it did anyway. I may have just left it at this point. It might have been a different, I think it's a different build that I'd do that. Yeah, I like the fact that that fit in perfectly. Like, it was just like very appealing to me. It was like, oh yes, that's nice. I like that. And so I'm just grabbing things from the clutter that I've like found throughout looking through the shop. I just left there, so I'm just like making a bit of clutter with it. This is what I tend to do so that I don't like forget the things that I want to add in, because I have a really bad memory, I know I will. And I'm just finding the snow globes because I think she would just like keep them there. I think she should just be like, let's just stick them there. I just literally just trying to find clutter and mess to fill the place with, because yeah, I was trying to like put into the fact that she's a workaholic, kind of, in the nicest way possible, with all the like the cases and the books, the boxes and things like that. But she's also like a bit of a mess, so whenever she's like got something from like maybe a date with Peter or something like that, like the snow globes, she's like, let's just put them there. I have no home for these things. Which is another thing that I actually implement later on with some awards. So I just like put them underneath a table. It's just like she's not fussed about them sort of things. But the minute I was just trying to bring in some more light for the rooms, because there's not a lot of light, because I've kind of took all the windows for the bedroom and mainly the walk-in wardrobe, which is kind of not what you wanted, which is why I kept trying to like change the layout, because you don't really want the big massive window for when you're changing. But yeah, it is what it is. Oh, these things wind me up a lot because the pole for it is so far stuck out, it doesn't stick to the wall. It's just like in the middle of the like in the middle of the object. It's not stuck, it doesn't stick to the wall, and it's just like, what on earth is this for? So but this, in case you haven't noticed, is a laundry room, because I figured there was too much space and there was not enough space in the kitchen for a laundry room anyway, like like the washer dryer. And I didn't want to put it in the bathroom because in England we don't really do that. It's not something that we do anyway. So, I mean, it makes sense to put it in there, but I didn't want to. It was like, I wanted a bit of style in this bathroom. It's not really styled, like it, you know, it doesn't match the style either to have it in there. And at the minute I'm just building like a partition thing for the shower and the rest of the thing as like a little, so it's kind of like made its own shower thing. I did want a partition there, but I think I end up taking it out later. And I always do this, when, especially with this, with that wallpaper, I always end up putting partitions in, just because I think it suits it. I think, like, I now put more partitions in, so that there's one in front of, like, so it's, like, the toilet's 2 cubes, like, 2 blocks long, and the shower's 2 blocks long, and there's just, like, everything's, like, partitioned off apart from one wall's missing, sort of thing, if that makes sense. And I did need to test this bath out, because I kind of moved it into the wall a bit, and so I did want to like make sure it worked. And I quite kind of like how it fits, because I had to move it in a bit so it kind of came to the same end as the cabinet, as this table thing, the countertop. There we go. So yeah, I needed to do that. And if you'll notice, I forget that the room is absolutely massive, and I've put the hook way higher than the door. And I just like forget that that's a thing. Because that's why I don't like massive rooms. I always forget, and like when I'm in a weird angle, I'll do something and then I'll check it out later, And then it's like halfway up the wall, like the thing, like toilet rolls and things like that, they're halfway up the wall. I'm just like, no. I think this is the only time I've actually liked candles in the bathroom, because normally they're like really far away from the bath, but this is like a nice one, I guess. And what I was just doing there was testing that the bath was nice, like it worked, because like if it didn't work, then she wouldn't go up to it, sort of thing. So I'm like, right, that's fine. And I'm just adding in another light. See what I mean? The light, the shelf was just so high up then, and it frustrates me so much how big these walls are. And so I've kind of left this bit to the last, and I'm like, I'll leave it a little bit longer and do a bit more of a walkway, entryway sort of thing. See, this was the thing that I was fighting with. I was trying to find out which one looked better, and so I was like, if I was walking through here, which one would look nicer? Which one would look more MJ? And so I was just like, okay, this one. I do end up moving that camera there, but I move it again in a second, because I don't like how it's like two permanent things right next to each other and then like a not permanent thing on the end. It didn't suit well with me. Although that would be probably where you would put all the letters. But yeah. And then I just put some like perfume there, because like it's right next to the door. Oh my god. So I put the perfume there because it's right next to the door, and what is going on with my voice? And you know, if she wants to go, if she's going out, then it's like right there for her. Like she doesn't need to like forget, because I often forget when I'm going out, because I'm like in such a rush. I'm like, yeah, and then like, I'm halfway there and I'm like, for crying out loud.
Do you ever like wake up or do something and you're just like, what the fuck is going on?
Like just instantly forget what I was like how to dress myself. But yeah, so I added it there instead, because I thought it'd be a nice little reminder in a sense, and it's also there for when she needs it, because she'll be going out, sort of thing. And that's where I was going to put I put the awards there, because it's like they're still on display, but she's not particularly fond, I think, of awards. She's more like getting the truth out there and things like that, and she's more fond of the work that she puts in, which is why I blew up some of these articles, because I was like, oh, what if they're MJ's articles, sort of thing. And she's made them big, and she's, you know, because I'd be very proud if I had like articles in a magazine or in a newspaper. If that was my dream, I'd be like well chuffed. Like, yeah, getting awards, sometimes people can like brown nose and things like that, and sometimes it's not always like sometimes it seems people aren't as deserving of awards, and they still get awards, sort of things, in my opinion, because you always see them on TV, don't you? There's like the one person that's got the promotion is the guy that's dating the boss or whatever it is. So sometimes it's not always like awards don't show how well you've done, I guess. I can't really articulate what I'm meaning, so I hope you understand. Yeah. So I'm just like trying to make more clutter, and I'm like, the way you do this is boxes, clearly. But I did really like that suitcase, and I'm like, I'll add another one there of different colours. Because I think it's very MJ, like if she's an investigative journalist, then she'll be off like investigating a lot, so she'll be like going to different countries maybe, or she'll, you know, she may need like, there may be like different clothes in there for spying or something. I don't know. Who knows? Not me. And so I did want to do a bookcase here, a big bookcase. And I originally was going to do like an older one, and I'm like, no, because the rest of the apartment is very modern, and so it doesn't make sense to do like an old bookcase. And then I was putting fans in, because I don't think you use the fans, but it's a nicer sort of design, I guess. It annoys me that the fans like kind of go through the lights, but I put them there for, because that's what the fans normally are. Like, you normally have them with the lights. It doesn't make sense for them to be on. I've never had them on their own before. They've always been with lights, so I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. And I do end up keeping that later. I do move it somewhere into the bedroom. I do move it somewhere, spoiler alert, bedroom. But yeah, this is a little office area because I liked this corner window sort of thing, and I thought it would be very much a priority to have like an office space. I just added a bit of greenery because like she needs it. she needs it. It's a matter of principle. I said principle then instead of principle. No, principle. What? How do you say that word? Jeez, I've forgotten how you say it. But yeah, I'm just adding some more articles up there because maybe they're like on the walls there are the ones that she's got like a cover photo for and the cover article sort of thing, and these are just other ones that she's been really successful in, but or maybe they're the ones that mention Spider-Man or something, who knows. But yeah, I'm just adding more and more clutter. I like piles of files, hey, that rhymed, and piles of boxes and things like that, because I think you make piles of things, especially like when you're tidying up, you're like, this is a pile of such and such, and this is a pile of such and such. And so, I try to incorporate that into this. I love them poofs. The footstool things and seats. Like, we call them a poof at my house, I don't know why. Maybe that's what they're called, I don't know. But on here they're called like a footstool. And I love them. Oh my gosh. It frustrates me that the mirror, there's no mirror that fits into that. What is the point in that if there's no mirror that fits into it? But yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, and subscribe if it's so glitchy. I hope it's not glitchy when you see it, but for me it's glitchy when you're watching it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and see you.